Hello again, everybody. I'm on to my third book now. For anybody that's listened to the first or second one, this is the triad, the completing one, called Progress Aesthetics. And it's published by EnLekesh Publishing, and that was in 2010. So thank you for anyone who has a heart for poetry, because I think it's a great way to process things, just like putting a piece of artwork on a canvas. So I'll begin by reading the first poem, which is called Raven Trials. Harlequin, Harlequin, Requiem, be the first to cast the stones, and punish them for what you do. Pluck out their eyes, split your tongues, master of lies, quit hiding behind the spineless ones. I'd love to taste your apostasy, denials and trials, obstinacy. I am not above or beside you. I live between two crows, between two worlds of the shadow and the soul. B. I want to be well and not buried between. Shelter out the static, release the calm, a diamond's prison, or prism, and my rotating third eye, plucked out the black thorns from. On my wall, rotating, changing, protecting, prevailing myself, protecting, collecting, projecting, only what I think can break me. Lightning grounds, electrocution, but this is what I choose to be. Chose to be, actually. Southern contagion, plant. Enzyme catalyst, quarks explode, vines on the beard to a godlike face, radioactive glow, seeds know where we came from, and our directional flow. Arrows fly out of alien eyes, implant a vision to see past the skies. All that time blinks in an eye, trials and errors, come to omissions and lies, burning in the christening, its millenniums find. A dove eats a snake, steel gravity's rake. There are no mistakes, and all that's still fake, time won't allow to keep a stake in these lands to form anymore. I think that one is about reaping what you sow and genetic manipulation of things that have been planted within ourselves and on this planet. This next poem is called Close. Why can a single thread unravel a life of its own? Multiple close encounters of losing it all, to shred blankets of misplaced, misspelled desires before it becomes real. All doors of perception lie open, touching my feet, following trails and tales of tragedy, byways through highways, happenstance, chance. All that ever was and will be is happening now, closer to the center. Meher Shalal Hashbaz Naphtali Asenath Kohet Reptions Sesions Kaliehe Ae Hese Spes Mia Indio Este. Mine. Lovely's a tickle down the spine. How do you define what's yours and mine? It keeps making friends, finds, and triumphs. The next grief keeps a collection. Shadows of my sleep. I need to keep and reap the whole field now. Levels, hopscotch and jacks in between the cracks. Our lifeline here's the steps. In between. Europia, spelled just like the moon of Jupiter. Strongest child emerges, completes past diversions, unites frustrated conclusions. Blessings come in fire and water, separate the selves. Angels shepherd family. I know now chains redeem me, my path and passage set the love of my life. Attention. Lonely cowboy, never met in the middle, standoff. Wicked witch of the west, emotionally detached. Stunts the whole body, drifting too long to keep the flame alive. Can't wake what's dead inside of someone, can't move with their flow, can't touch enlightenment. even though you're both staring at its window, numb. Cut off a piece of myself for you. Everything was always there in our hands, killed by missed ambitions and blanks. The ties. When others can't acknowledge your higher self, you coil up. Time acknowledges a better plan. In salvation and temptations, risen above the facade, hierarchies chosen life's time bomb. Failed many, but time won't fail me. Hope and transparency. Picked bad apples, but some seeds were in me. I let them all go. Time to set them all free. All my pictures are crooked, but the walls don't seem to mind. House is full but empty, skeletal sunshine with a nightlight. My head hurts, lived the truth, eyes burned, illusions get too long. Smoke gets thick in that haze in your eyes, memories of another life. Refreshing, awaking. Sometimes my silence kills it, or is it mistaken by something else? I'm attuned to your voice, and it leaves me no choice. Trace the essences everywhere I go in life. My heart feels cold but burns inside sometimes. Soft pallets, cinder blocks. You're still in it. My stomach drops. Fear of knowing. We are power. Wipe the slate clean. Hand fits into yours. Melts the coldness. Can't seem to shine as bright without a twin flame. Can't pretend you're happy. Laugh as webs expand due to thought crimes and processes. Can't demise my own craft anymore. Won you over. Can't disguise what's meant to be obvious, yet oblivious to forces, preparing us for what's to happen for our own good next. So I think sometimes our soul sets up our personalities to go through certain things, or vice versa, to find out what it all means. Terminate. Hold, segregating. Binding holds drums, cavaliers. Gene pools create their own music. Swam to better shores like yours and spheres. Never knew what the wind blew. Doors unlocked. The ladder was climbed and unraveled. Keys carry chains. Love can be blind and deranged, been hazardous to health. Like birthday candles lighting up and taking a year. Time strands keep pulling my loves away. Gray. Transference of central tendency. Roses thrown back out. Triumph over misery. Can't always take a different route. Alien autopsy. We're rising to the top of the chain. Seeing what's on the mountains. Corridors of the moons. And these central tendencies will all be cast out soon. Nailed it right on the head. Straight to the point, familial relations, stop at dead points, unconditional love, standing all tests of time. Do you own your own judgments? Do they make you feel sublime? Loyalty results in relationships, uncannily revealed. Some seem like nomads, tyrants who don't walk the right way, disengaged, need to support, stay strong, otherwise I wouldn't be here. Worldly shells, capsules in containment. Fairness doesn't always see eye to eye. End times. Skies fall down and hills roll over. Lives lay low, demons fly over. The only thing that's open is the channel. Re-energized batteries. Only the strong really cope. Corpus Christi snores and sleeps. Icons watch from aethers. Grids projected from our own minds. Shake the statics off like a top. Filled with wrath, waiting to fly off kilter. Hearts will kneel in the form of a splinter. Corral, corral. Tried to see the truth, but the truth wouldn't see me. Couldn't look past what's been done. Little discrepancies. Reaching for a home alone. Time stalkers at the door. Everything is in its cove. Disfiguring, destroying angels come in all shapes and sizes. How do you hide such obtruse feelings? Dodge the scythes glaring on you, or take out the knife that's twisted in you. Just a phase juxtaposition, terminal, in a position, waiting for transition. Yelping voids, chronic decoys. Just in case you failed to see, that face in the mirror stares blankly, and is only one of the dimensions in this golden ratio. Star-crossed you. Dawn of the rose, new day. Sapphire pits are filled with the bottomlessness of wisdom. Oracular. Handshake particle, the fountain, keeps giving and living in its own emulsification. Angel vision. To not be plagued while being weighed, people betray you in their minds. To not have to solve riddles or spell out rhymes, act out of impulses, implanted acts of mankind. To utilize true strength as a gift this time, and steal all the cracks that have been eating me blind. Or from behind. The Psalm of Pi. By the blood of the moon, Nefertiti raises her spoon, eating life's journey, making her family whole, subjugating double dragons in twilight, Egyptian eclipses, subterranean occurrences. Earth tells us we were still striving for Mot. When the mind feels mended, the Psalm of Pi's knees are bended, and unity can now evolve. Pyramid of soul, mind, and body, commemoration. Chaos points to simplicity, strives for multiplicity, and leaves no room for a remainder to complete itself. Just like the Naga. Smile. Blessings come and go. Wise men knew what fools couldn't show. Apparitions past release them. Spiritual blinds. Houses can hold many other souls than your own. Awaken with contentment. Greet the day again. Peaceful sleep helps the skeletons decay. Some they love, claims, and vanity. Forgiving them helps keep sanity. Smiling more at yourself in a garden of solitude. Stand still. Midwinter's breeze dries hunters that freeze into its seasons. Solstice arrives, bedlam subsides, regrowth and life-stabilizing factors. Summer relieves what it needs to. Childlike attention starts paying respects. Leaves are veins in a medicine wheel, coursing through wind, water, air, and earth to burn, to the core of all spiritual establishments. The earth will burn it down, will melt the center. Spirits come around. Faces change when people place their desires upon. Where people place their desires upon. Squawking. This one is about history. Peasants scatter in the veneer of the rich. The rich will squander till they lie in their own ditch. Of wastelessness, tastelessness. Senses quicken, muck thickens, stricken souls. If we don't remember who we are, but instead portray the ever-sought-after image of those who wish to be like others. Circles of false brothers don't listen or care, like chickens at a feeding trough, getting dirtier as if they're already saved and someone's washed their contagion away. Not knowing they're hybrids. Trip, clouds with tepid stability and refractions. Birdcage lifestyle, took its course, healing came in, and friendships were mended. Crawled right out and stripped my wings, only to grow back again. Boheme. Boheme wept. The monotony that sustains the old ones. Wayward stranger. Renovator. City sleeps, city creeps, down its alleys. Reconstruction. Builds composition. Renovations. Know their stations. Complacent. Time erases faces and spaces. Empowering places that love to face us, but we don't love to face them. I think that one was about being comfortable wherever you go, anywhere you decide to live or stay. This one's about people that are too reclusive. Do you separate yourself from others to protect yourself or inspire some sort of uniqueness? Acts as a non-barrier. Points need to be made and taken. Achievement. While shielding yourself from the outside center while the inner one remains intact. Let go of your reasons, but don't give yourself away. Differentiating. Why calmness and chaos both pray. The more isolation you stay in, the more isolation you attract. Flora. Everything one needs is in oneself. Flora. Potent of potential. God in embryo. Embedded in our makeup. Same grains that are cast across the universe. Sleepy dust in the God's lucid eyes that rains on the thief at night. Pulls the strings of boundless spiritual heights. Sandstorms wear on everything. Flora. The garden we ate in, the garden we eat upon, in spaces it seems that no one has gone, is where they long for us to step upon, and not terraform. Consumption. Inhaled on hallowed days, exhaled on allowed ways. Trip the triggers to get through the maze. Sometimes days feel like they're crazed. Enabling more consumption, entering a light where darkness led. All the halos the angels have broken over my head. Can't change hurt in words. All that I am is knowing I can. Can't catch the waves fast enough to get back on land. Edging the cyclone, mesh of nature's crave. Another monolithic eye opens for the sky to lathe. I've come to know sons of God, hidden, and I try to nod. Who then is the true son of man? A coarse and callous way to shake another's hand? We're daily forced to take a stand. We make stars envy how we are truly grand. Signs. Altercations. Get mixed between blocked lines of communication. Won't falter this time. Alter circumstances, environment. We both have to take responsibility for, because they come around full circle. All's well that ends well. Good things come to those who wait. Things stop on bad notes, but still never changes fate. Domino effects. Words yelled back at my own brain. Quicksand. Why do we have to chew on more than we can bite? This one's about the bloodline of Cain. Twisted Cain. Prison contraptions. Shield for a house. Fibonacci square. Throws the knives. Spin the wheel. Hope to receive a fractal. A portion of God's light. Life's an altar, but can we kneel back at ourselves? Two faces to every image. Quickened with force. For headless horsemen to remorse after. And all the dogs of war to run after. Doors enclose the mind's bladed saddle. Embalming behind the bars that are enjoying the show. Possession. When virtue's ripe and stripped away, the soul finds its head and wanders at bay. Lost in a shell, danger filtering in, losing touch with your own voice, minstrels start creeping in. Spirit cries for cleansing, awakened by lightning. Microchipped exterior, lights no longer subdued. Moments of importance are released. Climb back up into the mouth of God. Mummification ceremony. To be released from his word is hell. Rivers can try drowning you, cold shivering indecency. Bring you back to humility's care. Served up in a tidal wave, washing over substances abuse. Given rest, words from the mouth of madness, slip off tongues of angels and demons alike. Creation carries out the interpretations, then you can name the river peace. Sliver. Shell cracks open. Born again. Beehive that doesn't sting, but brings directions, instructions before leaving this life. Hawkeye totem nevermore ceases, and the faceless prey were all humane again. Change, disdain, distemper, disfear, disassociate, dislocate. I can see you clearer out my side view mirror now. Walls of defense, pretenses, break harder than glass. Aim correctly. The sentient in Pan's lust. Fire in and fire out rings true in a wise man's daughter. Laws of order, flesh shine, soul mind, the core hurts, commandos, regimes step across and around them, so they don't become your shadow. Planet stalking timetables, darkened woods a feature. Social volatility fills a tranquilizer. My own mixture, alchemy, fuses into a fixture, labyrinth. Druid steel core half-breed, blood eats right through me, with molten ore, forging swords in hands when the body's a weapon itself. My heart a halo my mouth couldn't touch, can heal or infect with locusts. My eyes can consume you, mind can erase you, or any bad intention you ever had for me. My ears filter out the static, bleed through, smell life and death within you. Unhuman urges motivate me and walk through you. Getting through. Light sparks the mind to awake, makes bodies and hearts start to quake. The still small voice is heard, burdens laid down, protections with the sheep. Can't lose the ground lest I fall back asleep. Getting through, personal retribution, freedom that's here, the kingdom within. Time carries triumphs, catches reflections of the sun's eye, burns a lingering and longing to know the face of this ancient race. We all have a piece of heaven, only love feels its pull. Presence surrounds every sphere. What we don't understand, we still fear. And I believe that's all, folks. Thank you very much for listening. Progress Aesthetics, which is about life, aesthetics, beauty, appreciating the little things, finding a sense of peace and balance, and being able to literally and linguistically express it and your own perspective. It's about being inoculated with an ability to see things from an inner eye, which eventually, when nurtured, enhances your personal signature to art, like an electronic signature of sorts. Progressive aesthetics allows one to see things objectively, substantially, subjectively, and retrospectively, almost in a riddle-like manner. Thank you, aesthetics, for progressing in my life.